In the vast, boundless expanse of the universe, where the earth and the sky kissed in a horizon of endless possibilities, there was a time when the world was young, vibrant, and untouched by human hands. The land stretched out, lush and green, cradled by majestic mountains that seemed to hold up the sky. Rivers meandered like silver snakes, weaving through forests thick with life, where every tree, every leaf, whispered secrets of ancient times. The air was pure, filled with the songs of birds and the gentle rustle of wind through the grass. It was a world full of wonder, where nature thrived in its most pristine form. Amidst this paradise, at the foot of the sacred mountain, stood the great magumo tree, its roots deep in the earth and its branches reaching out as if to embrace the heavens. This tree, the center of all creation, was a living testament to the earth's ancient wisdom. Its bark, rough and ancient, told tales of times long past, and its leaves, vibrant and green, danced with the breeze, whispering songs of life, growth, and rebirth. It was here, in this sacred place, that Ngai, the Almighty God, decided to create the first human beings. Ngai, the Omnipotent, who resided high in the heavens, often gazed down upon the earth, pleased with the beauty of his creation. But he felt that something was missing, a being that could appreciate, tend to, and live in harmony with this bountiful world. And so, he decided to create a people who would inhabit this land, care for it, and carry forward the legacy of life. On a day when the sun shone bright, casting golden rays upon the earth, Ngai descended from the sky. He stood before the magumo tree, his heart filled with purpose. With hands that held the power of creation, he scooped up the rich, dark soil from the earth, feeling the life within it, and began to shape the first human forms. As he molded the soil, the first man began to take shape, a being strong and tall, with a heart as vast as the plains and a spirit as unyielding as the mountains. Ngai breathed life into the form, and the man's eyes fluttered open, revealing a gaze filled with wonder and understanding. He stood, feeling the earth beneath his feet, the wind against his skin, and the warmth of the sun on his face. This was Gikuyu, the first man. Ngai then turned his attention to creating a companion for Gikuyu, someone who would walk beside him, share in the joys and challenges of life, and together, they would bring forth generations to come. He once again scooped up the soil, and with gentle hands shaped the form of a woman. Her form was graceful, her presence a reflection of the beauty and nurturing spirit of the earth. Ngai breathed life into her, and as her eyes opened, she was filled with the same wonder and wisdom that had graced Gikuyu. This was Mumbi, the first woman, the mother of a great nation. Together, Gikuyu and Mumbi stood before Ngai, their hearts filled with reverence and gratitude. Ngai looked upon them with love and said, "I have created you to live upon this earth, to tend to it, and to care for all the creatures that inhabit it. You are the guardians of this land, and from you a great people shall arise." He then pointed towards the land that stretched out before them, fertile and green, with rivers flowing and mountains standing tall. "This is your home," he said, "and this mountain, Kirinyaga, shall be your place of worship, where you shall offer sacrifices and seek my guidance." With these words, Ngai ascended back into the heavens, leaving Gikuyu and Mumbi to begin their lives upon the earth. They marveled at the beauty around them, the richness of the land, and the abundance of life. They knew they were not just mere beings, they were the chosen ones, entrusted with the care of the earth, its creatures, and all that it held. Gikuyu and Mumbi lived in harmony with nature, learning from it and drawing wisdom from the world around them. They built a home near the magumo tree, where the roots of the earth intertwined with their lives, grounding them and connecting them to the sacred purpose they had been given. Together, they worked the land, planting seeds and watching them grow, just as they would one day watch their own family grow. In time, Gikuyu and Mumbi were blessed with 9 daughters, each one as beautiful and strong as their mother, and each one a symbol of the future that awaited their people. The daughters were Wanjiru, Wamboi, Wanjiku, Wangwe, Wethera, Wasera, Wangari, Nyambura, and Wamuyu. These daughters were the roots from which the great Gikuyu nation would grow, each destined to be a mother of a clan, and through them, the land would be filled with people who would live according to the ways of their ancestors. As the daughters grew, Gikuyu and Mumbi taught them the ways of the earth, how to plant and harvest, how to care for the animals, and how to live in harmony with the world around them. They were also taught the sacred traditions, the importance of the magumo tree, and the reverence they must always hold for the mountain Kirinyaga, where Ngai resided. The daughters were strong, wise, and capable, embodying the spirit of their parents and the promise of the future. As the time came for the daughters to marry and start their own families, Gikuyu and Mumbi sought Ngai's guidance, for they knew that the future of their people depended on these unions. They climbed the sacred mountain Kirinyaga and offered sacrifices, asking Ngai to provide suitable husbands for their daughters. Ngai, who had always watched over them, heard their prayers and responded. One night, as Gikuyu sat by the magumo tree, contemplating the future, Ngai spoke to him in a dream. "Go to the sacred fig tree," he said, "and there you shall find 9 men who will become the husbands of your daughters. These men will come from the earth itself, just as you and Mumbi were created, and they will be worthy partners to your daughters, together establishing the foundations of the great clans that will spread across the land." The next morning, Gikuyu awoke with a heart filled with purpose. He shared the dream with Mumbi, and together they prepared for what was to come. Gikuyu made his way to the magumo tree, where he prayed and offered a sacrifice, as Ngai had instructed. As the smoke from the sacrifice rose into the sky, the earth began to tremble softly, and from the ground emerged 9 men, each one strong and noble, just as Ngai had promised. Gikuyu welcomed the men and led them to meet his daughters. As each daughter met her husband, there was a deep sense of connection, as if the earth itself had brought them together. These unions were blessed by Ngai, and from them, the 9 clans of the Gikuyu people were born. Each clan took on the name of one of the daughters, and thus, the land was filled with the descendants of Gikuyu and Mumbi, spreading across the fertile plains, up the mountains, and into the valleys. Generations passed, and the Gikuyu people thrived, living in harmony with the land and the teachings of their ancestors. The sacred magumo tree remained at the heart of their world, a constant reminder of their origins and the blessings of Ngai. The mountain Kirinyaga stood tall, watching over them, a symbol of the divine connection that guided their lives. And so, the story of Gikuyu and Mumbi lived on, passed down through the ages, a tale of creation, love, and the enduring bond between the people and the earth. It was a story that reminded them of who they were, where they came from, and the sacred duty they had to the land they called home.